Thanks for your interest in eDeca, the online platform for scoring and strategies for the Devereux Early Childhood Assessments, also known as the DECA. The DECA infant, toddler, preschool, and clinical assessments are nationally standardized, reliable, valid behavior rating scales. The DECA can be completed by teachers and parents and is also used widely in home visiting programs. The assessments are used as both a screener and an assessment in a variety of programs throughout the country, and they are available in English and Spanish. eDeca also offers research-based strategies that can be tailored to an individual child's results. Strategies in partnership with Conscious Discipline are also available. Strategies can be put into place in both the classroom and the home and focus on the specific protective factors measured by the DECA tools, including healthy relationships, self-regulation, and initiative. For preschoolers, strategies to reduce behavioral concerns are also available. Let's log into the system to show you how it all works. I'm going to use the ID and password for a fictitious program administrator, Karen Johnson. As you can see, Karen has been set up as the program administrator for Building Blocks Preschool. As the program administrator, Karen has the responsibility to manage the database for her program. As this diagram illustrates, the eDeca database is set up with sites, groups, and children who get assigned to a site and group. The program administrator is responsible for creating the sites, groups, and users who will be given an ID and password to access eDeca. Users are typically teachers, consultants, and any other staff who need to access the system. Users can be set up so that they can only see and do what is appropriate based on their specific job description. Once the sites, groups, and users have been created, children can then be entered and their ratings completed. So that you can see a variety of views, I'm now going to log out of the program administrator account and log in as a teacher who only has access to her specific group of children. You'll notice that I'm welcomed as Cassandra Newton, a teacher in the Southside site 4-year-old classroom. Cassandra has been set up with the user role of group administrator. As a group administrator, Cassandra can create children, assign them to her group, and conduct DECA ratings for the children within her group. To input a rating, I go to Input Ratings by Child Online. Before I do that, I'd like to point out that you can also see that there are PDFs available. So if the person who's doing a DECA rating does not have access to eDeca, you can print out the PDF and then input the data afterwards. For this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to do a rating online. So I'll go to Input Ratings by Child Online. I'm going to choose the site, which is Southside, the group, which is the 4-year-old room, I'm going to do a rating on Evan Goldman. I then need to select the record form. I know that Evan's in the 4-year-old room, so I'm going to choose the DECA P2. And then press the Submit button. After I press Submit, the record form displays. The computer already knows the group to which this child is assigned, but the appropriate rater must be selected. In this case, I want to do a rating for myself, the teacher, Cassandra Newton. From the drop-down menu, I'm going to choose Cassandra Newton's name. And then you need to choose the rating period. For me, since it's in the fall, pre is the most appropriate designation. Next, the rating date must be entered. The rating year will display after the rating has been completed. Next, I'll read the directions and fill out the entire DECA form. After I've answered all the questions and saved the rating, I can press Display Scores and Single Rating Report. This 3-page single rating report displays the T-scores, percentile, and description of the score, strength, typical, or area of need, which is based on this score compared to the national standardization. In this case, the child scored typical in initiative, self-regulation, and behavioral concerns, but as a need in attachment and relationships and total protective factors. The second page shows an image of the child's results on a profile, like you would see if you scored the DECA by hand. The last page of the report categorizes the items by scale and provides information about the child's results on each specific behavior. This information can be very helpful in understanding a child's areas of need as well as strengths and in determining what goals to set for the child. In order to support teachers and parents in understanding how to use a child's rating results to strengthen their protective factors, the EDECA also offers strategies. The selection of strategies happens online and are based on a child's results. Let's look closer. Now, based on Evan's results, I'd like to develop some strategies. I'm going to click on the Strategies button next to the rating we just completed. And we remember that Evan had a need in attachment and relationships. So what I'm going to do is scroll down to the part of the report that deals with attachment and relationships. It tells you a little bit about the protective factor and then gives you a number of strategies to choose from. I'm just going to choose the first strategy. Then you can scroll to the bottom and you'll notice that the report comes in a number of different formats. You can develop it for the classroom and home, just the classroom, or just the home. You can either create it as an HTML file, which you can copy and paste into a Word document, or as a PDF that you can print directly from your computer. I'm going to choose PDF. Here's the summary information about the DECA and the protective factors at the top of the report. Here's the strategy we chose on the second page of the report. And here's some signature lines so that you can work with the family in developing Evan's attachment and relationships. A group profile is also available within the EDECA system so that a teacher can look at her group of children and see how the class is doing as a whole. Let's take a look. Here's a sample group report for a classroom of preschool children. The teacher rated each child with the DECA P2, and the report shows the results for the children's initiative, self-regulation, attachment and relationships, total protective factors, and behavioral concerns. Based on the national standardization sample, the scores in blue represent a score in the typical range, green represents a strength, and red an area of need. The numeric score within each colored box is the T-score, which is the standardized score that determines if the score falls in the strength, typical, or area of need range. EDECA also offers a pre-post report that can be used to track progress across time, and a rater comparison report that can be used to determine if two different raters, a teacher and a parent for example, see significant differences or not in a child's behaviors. There are many additional features of EDECA that we've not gotten into here. They include, but are not limited to, the ability to download all of your data into an Excel spreadsheet or CSV file for further analysis, the ability to upload children from an Excel spreadsheet or import from Child Plus, and up to 10 user-defined fields to collect information specific to your program. Thanks for watching this brief overview of the EDECA system. If you have further questions, call the Devereaux Center for Resilient Children toll-free at 866-872-4687 or email us at dcrc@devereaux.org. If you're ready to order, visit kaplanco.com/Devereaux or call Kaplan at 800-334-2014. Thanks for supporting the healthy social-emotional development of children. Learn more about the mission and work of the Devereaux Center for Resilient Children at centerforresilientchildren.org.